Hello, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. Today, I want to bring you something a little bit, I don't know if I want to call it cool, something nice, awesome. So, I want to give the credits to the person that I actually saw the video from, and then ask him if I could, have the code. So, instead of me having to try to figure it out, he was really nice to agree and show me and actually send me the code. So I want to show you what this does. So it's a really cool effect that you can do. Now, you can use it for many different things. It doesn't have to do exactly this, but once you have the code, you can literally do anything you want. And it's actually not that difficult. It's very easy to do. So I'm going to show you the original work, which it was this one right here. So in this one, you can, move your mouse over any of the squares and it will show or reveal the images in the back. Now, this is built on Editor X, but I was like, a lot of people still not with Editor X, and a lot of people are still like deciding if they want to move or not. But in the meantime, you want to have something cool on your website. So hopefully this is gonna be something that you can use. And again, once you see the progress that we're gonna be going through designing this specific one, you can literally change it. It doesn't have to be your logo right there. It can be a different image in the back, or you can even add text. You can literally do anything. And again, you can use your imagination. Once you have the code, it's not that difficult to create, and just decide what you would like to do or how you want to use it. So if you want to follow this guy, his name is I Love Editor X, and he's the one that created the code for this one. And because he shared the code with me, I was able to implement it on the classic editor, which is the one that most people are using right now. And once you use it on the mobile version, it also looks good. So I made sure to check that it works for the mobile version and for the computer. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, if you're on your classic editor builder, you want to go to your pages, right? And if this is something that you're completely creating from scratch, you want to still like test it, you're not ready to put it into your website, what I would recommend is just to create a new page. And once you create a new page, it should look something like this. Now, if it's already a working website, most likely you're going to have your menu here, menu down here. So that won't affect anything. Because we're going to use a little bit of code. Just remember that the code is attached to that specific page. So if you already have something custom built in that, it shouldn't mess on your website. Now, another thing is, if you're putting it on your homepage, that's totally fine. But again, I would recommend creating everything. The cool thing about Classic Editor with Wix is that you can copy the design and move it to anywhere on your pages, and then just add the code once you're ready to go. The other cool thing about this specific animation that I like a lot is that it's not attached to a lot of things within the page. So it's very independent. So you won't have that many issues on setting it up. Okay. So the first thing I usually like to do, because you want to make sure it looks good on your mobile website and on your desktop, is I usually like to use stripes. So when you go here, you want to add a stripe. And again, the main reason for me using this is because it looks more organized when you're doing anything on your website. So if you put it directly onto the page, most likely once you go on mobile, it's gonna be all messed up. And that's what a lot of the times people do. They start building on top of the actually page. They don't put it by sections. So when you start going onto the mobile version, it gets a lot of work to put everything nice and fix it. So that's something, a quick tip that I will give you is always add everything in stripes. And if you just don't like that it's white or anything, you can always just change the background and just make it clear. And that way you don't have to worry about it if you have an image behind. But the other thing is you can also add a background to it. So we're just gonna add a background to this just for you to have an idea what it's gonna look like. So here we can just put something like space, and then we're gonna use anything that you like here. So the background can be anything. We're gonna just select this one just because it looks cool. Now you have your background on the stripe, and then now the first thing we're gonna do is to start setting up the sections. So this sample that he created, you can see there's a few sections, right? You have the background image, you have the little square that goes up in this part, and then the little square that goes down in this part. And we're gonna go in details right now, but I just want you to see what it's supposed to do. So whenever you hover the mouse, you want it to go up and down. Now on editor X, it's a little bit different because you have to kind of like use containers, and they're very different than classic editor. So if you want to see how he made this page, I can recreate it. You can also watch his video again. I showed the YouTube channel in the beginning, so you can go see it. So it's totally up to you what you like to do. But again, today we're focusing on the editor or classic editor from Wix. So again, once you have your background, it can be anything. And again, this is just for example. The first thing you want to do is go here, and we're gonna add what we call a container. So you gotta go where it says box, and you want to go where it says container box. Now make sure you select this one, because if you get one of these boxes up here, it's not going to work. And the reason is these boxes right here are just like what do you call it, like just like objects. Same thing if you go here on decorative. If you select one of these boxes, it's not going to work. So make sure that you go on box, and then once you're here, make sure you're under container boxes. So this is the one that we're gonna grab. So once you're here, the first thing is you wanna select how big you want the box to be. So if you see on this one, I made it kind of like a portrait kind of size, but you can make it any size you want, okay? So the animation is what it counts. So we're gonna go back here, and we're gonna do the same thing. So we can do it like that. Again, you can do the size that you want. Once it's there, you can even create multiple ones. So you don't even have to do only one. If you want to create 3, 4, you can make as many. But we're gonna create one, and then if you want to add more, you can always copy paste. So once you have the first container, the second thing we're gonna add is the picture or the image. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to image, and then upload my image. If you already have an image, just select it there. But if not, we're gonna go here, and we're gonna type, let's say model, and we're gonna select, see, just select this guy right here. Again, you can use this for anything. So we're gonna select this guy right here. If you wanna also remove the background, you can do that. And again, you can use it to kind of like showcase a product or do anything. Now, if the image is a little bigger than the box, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna adjust it. But what you wanna do is you wanna attach it first to the box. See, you gotta make sure there's that little blue box at the top that says attached to box. If you put it right there and you don't see the symbol right there, or the icon up there that says attached to box, that means you didn't do it right. So just try again. And there you go. Once you see it's blue, that means it's right. What I will do is I'll go all the way at the top, and then I'll try to extend a little bit so it doesn't show the blue right there. Now you can also make the blue kind of clear color so it won't show behind the image, because once you start doing this, if you don't do it right, it's gonna show on the sides. So just make sure that if you don't want it to show, you can also change or customize this and make it like clear, so that way it won't show. But in the moment, you can keep it blue just for you to be able to know where everything is. So once I have that, I will go here, I'll click crop, and then I'm gonna make a little bit bigger. I'm gonna adjust this so it's exactly the size of the box. You also don't want to go over because it's gonna unattach from the box. Then you click apply. So now you have your main picture, your container. If you try to move it right now, it's gonna detach. So just make sure you don't do that. If you want to move this around, what I'll suggest is just click on the side and then just select everything. And now you can move it together. And then you can adjust anywhere you want it to be. Okay. The second thing you can do to help you, and this is gonna be much easier for you, is go here on tools and make sure you find where it says layers, because this is something that we're gonna be using in a little bit. So once you click on layer, you're gonna see page, strip. If you have multiple columns, it's gonna show here, but just find the right one. And then once you find it, it says container box. So it's right there. So you have a container box and then the image. Now we're gonna add another container. So we're gonna go one more time where it says box. Gonna click here, and now it's gonna say attached, but it attached to this thing. So we're gonna make sure it's the right size. What I do is I make sure that it's good on the sides, and then I'll start scrolling up. And as you can see on the top of the box, there's a few numbers that says width and height. So decide what the height is gonna be, because you're gonna have to add another box. So in this case, we're gonna do, let's do 170. And then we're gonna leave it like that. We're gonna add one more box. And then we're gonna move it all the way to the bottom. And then we're gonna do, it was 170. And then we're gonna make sure is that height. Now again, when you have the boxes, make sure that you're gonna attach them to your container. So right now, this one is already attached right there. And then this one, we're gonna attach it right here. And if you don't see the little box, it's most likely because, there you go. It's most likely because the box is bigger than the original container. So what you can do is you can make it a little smaller. Once it says attach, you can adjust it and move it to where you want it to be. This one as well. You want to make sure if it doesn't show the attach button, you can make it smaller. And now see, it says attach to box. So we drop it there, and then we just arrange or adjust according. Okay, so now you have two boxes. As you can see, they're a little curved, so you can click on it, design, and then customize design. And then on borders, actually on corners, we're gonna type 0 and 0 here. And now it's gonna be completely corner right here, so it's not gonna be curved, because once you're doing the animation, it's gonna show. So we're gonna do the same for this one. If you have questions, just let me know in the comments. I'll try to help you. But again, we're gonna try to cover everything on this video. Okay, so now you have these things, right? You have two boxes. We're gonna add one more container. And once we add it, we can put it right there. Make sure it's the height that we want it. So there you go. And now we just need to make sure it's the same height as the middle. And then we're just gonna add it right here. And this one doesn't need to be attached. The reason why is this is gonna be stationary, so it's not gonna move or do anything. So, but if you wanna still try to attach it to the box, so we're gonna do this, and then make sure it's there, and then we're gonna change it to white. Now, what I do is I don't want to change these colors of these two boxes yet because I still want to see what the effect looks like, and you'll see right now how that's gonna, affect or benefit. So once we do that, we have everything we need. Now the last thing we're gonna add is an image or a logo right here on top of the box. So we're gonna add an image. We're gonna go here and type files. I'm gonna click here, and now it's there. We're gonna make it smaller. We're gonna One thing is we're not gonna attach it to the box yet. We're gonna do it after we put the code. And one of the reasons is once you add the code, somehow this is gonna be messing up. So I learned that the hard way. So you just leave it outside for now. And as you can see, it's a little hard to see this. So let's just change this background because it was just too dark. Let's use this one right here. So that way we can see it better. Okay, there you go. So now you have a few containers. And the way we're gonna see what we have right now, we're gonna go to tools. We're gonna click where it says layers. And then it should look like this. You have your page, the strip. This is the strip. Then you have a column. And then you have your container box. Within your container box, you have an image, and you also have the top container, the bottom container, and the middle one. Okay, and then you have your image. It's outside of everything. So what we're gonna do now is you wanna go on developer mode. If you already have it on, you should be able to see it. But if it's your first time turning this on, all you gotta do is just click here, turn on, and again, don't get intimidated by all these things that you see here. This is something that, just looks like a lot of work, but don't worry. So the second thing you're going to do is just delete everything here. And we're going to paste our code. So let me bring the code. And we're going to put the code right there. So once you put the code, literally all you have to do now is just minimize this for now. We're gonna adjust this logo right here. Gonna make sure it's a little smaller. And then we're gonna click apply. We're gonna make a little smaller right there. And then we're gonna attach it to this box. Okay. Now, if you don't do it right, most likely the image is gonna be behind the box. So that could happen. All you gotta do is just click this arrow right here and try to do it again. So if you just drag it and drop it on top and you don't see the attached to box, it's gonna go on the back and it's not gonna work. Now we're gonna open this again. And this is where, again, I mentioned that you can create multiple boxes. So the first thing is everything here should be pretty much ready. You shouldn't change anything or move anything on this top part. This is what's gonna bring the Wix animations, and this is already set by Wix. Then from here, the function is to activate the cards hover, right? So what are the cards? In this case, we don't have cards because this is classic editor. It's not editor X. So on editor X, we can rename it to cards or to boxes or whatever we want. But in this case, what we have is boxes, right? So we're gonna go again on tools. We're gonna click layers, and as you can see, we have boxes. So the thing that we wanna make sure it works is on box 1, okay? And then we're gonna do this. Right now, we might have some a little bit of issues, and I'm gonna show you how you're gonna fix those. So we're gonna go here again, gonna go up, and we're gonna delete everything from here. So you're just gonna put your little mouse right there, and then you're just gonna go back, and then you're just gonna get there. Once you get to this point, all you want to do is move right here and change card 01 to box 1. Okay, once you change it to box 1, you can click on the side. Oh, you can click anywhere and you should be able to see everything green. On this side, if you have a little dot or like a red dot or something, that means something is wrong and you didn't do it right. The other thing is sometimes when you copy paste, you might be missing this symbol right here. So make sure the symbol is there, the number symbol, because if it's not there, it's gonna give you an error, and this is gonna have like a little like red line on the bottom. It's gonna say you don't have it, or it doesn't exist, or things like that. So just keep that in mind. So once you have everything here, we're gonna see if it's working. So we're gonna click publish if you want, or we can just go to preview. So we're gonna go to preview, and then this is what's gonna happen. Either the image is going to go down and one of the boxes is going to go up, and that is because it's not arranged correctly, and I'm going to show you how you can fix that. But let's see. Oh, and I minimize this. As you can see, only the bottom one is going up. So what's wrong here? We're going to go and check. We're going to go back here, and the first thing I want to do is bring the layers, and we're going to go here on column. And now, as you can see, it says box 4. So that means this is outside and it shouldn't be outside. So this is what it should look like. Let me show you. Okay. This is what it should look like. You have your box, then the box 4 is here, the image is here, and you see all the boxes are within this place right here. So what it means is we didn't attach one of the boxes correctly, and that's why it's giving us that error, or actually not an error, but it's not doing the animations correctly. So we're gonna go back here, and what I can tell you is that this box wasn't attached. So we're gonna make a little smaller. We're gonna move this out. Let me take this outside, just the image, and we're gonna make sure it's attached. Okay, so now the box is inside. As you can see, it was moved inside, and now we're gonna adjust everything. And there you go. And then the last thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna change the corners to 0, because if not, it's gonna look a little odd in there, and just close it. Okay, so now we can move back our image and attach it to the box. And now we're gonna click publish, and now it should work. But still, even right now, it might not work correctly because the way these are arranged are based on this. So let me explain to you, so that way, if you're trying to do any other crazy cool thing, you can just reuse this. So the way you read this is, one, again, function activate the cards hover. The cards in this case are boxes. So, but we're not going to change that. We're only going to change it inside here, which is box 1. And then it says for cards, for each card or each box that we have here, we call them children, or that's what it was named. To be honest, I'm not very advanced with coding, but the children add what's inside the boxes. So the main box is kind of like the father or the mother, whatever you want to call it, and then the children is because they're inside. Okay, now you have a top screen, which is the children, and that's the one on top. And then you have the children, which is the number 3. You can also play with these numbers right here, but why complicate your life when you can just arrange it on the right here on the layers? But I'll show you right now. Then it tells you, right, on mouse. So it says on mouse in. So that means when you move the mouse inside the box, what's going to happen is the top screen. Why is a number, I mean a letter that Wix gives you as an animation that says that slides up. So Y, it goes 500 up, which in this case, I'm not sure if they're pixels, but it goes 500 pixels up or something like that. And then for how many seconds for the time that goes up and then down, right? So the speed that goes up and down. And it tells you right here, see, the duration of 350. So here you can increase it, depends on how big your screen is. If when you do the animation, because the screen, let's say, is too big, you can always adjust the 500, change it to, let's say, 400, so it won't go all the way up, but it will stay somewhere in the middle. But again, you can just play with this if you like. And then as you go here, it says when the mouse goes down or out, it goes back to 0, so it should go back automatically. So when you move the mouse in, it should go 500 up on the top box and 500 down on the bottom box, and that's made on 350 milliseconds or something like that. And then when you move your mouse away, it should go back to normal, or where it was like 0, where the boxes started. Okay, so now that's kind of like, hopefully I didn't confuse you. Um, Now we're gonna see if this is working correctly. We fixed the box that was outside, so now we can see the layers. So you have your box, everything is within the same box. If you remember earlier, this box 4 was outside, so we didn't want that, and that's why only one was going up, not all of them. So now we can preview. And again, here, another thing that could happen is one of the boxes could go up and the image could go down, and I'm gonna show you how you're gonna adjust it. There you go. So as you can see, the bottom box is going up and the image is going down. So we don't want that to happen. So we're gonna go back to the editor, and all we have to do here is, you can minimize this on the code. You're gonna go to page, you're gonna go to column, and then the box. And then here on box 4, this is what's happening. So this image is attached to this box. So that's what's doing that. So we can either move it up here. Let's see if I can move it here. And now, as you can see, because the image is attached to the box, it doesn't let me move it out. But let's see what the preview element is gonna do. So it keeps doing the same thing. So we're gonna go back. And the first thing I will do is I'm gonna remove the image. We're gonna go here. And now the image should be outside, right? So it's not attached to any boxes. So we're gonna preview. And again, the bottom one is going down, but the little middle one, the middle should be stable. So we need to replace the middle position box for the one that's on top because it's not moving. So how do we do that is, first we're gonna go click here and we gotta find where this box is. So this position right here needs to change it for this one right here. And that's how we're gonna fix it. So all we gotta do is just move it up and now it should work. So we go here, there you go. So now it's working. Now all we are missing to do is to attach the image. So back to the editor, and this is what we can do. And that's why earlier, if you remember, I mentioned that I don't add the image right away because I want to make sure that the effects on the two boxes are set correctly, and then I can just move it to the box right there. Now let's see if it's gonna work, because it might still give you an error, but no, see? Because we set the boxes with the correct position, and the positions are these ones that I'm gonna show you right now. Okay. So the position is 2 and 3. So the position is 2 and 3. The top box, that's on position 2, and the bottom one is gonna be, this one is gonna be on position 3. So, but when we go on the layers, you can see you count 1, 2, 3. So this is the position for this one. So it's counting it on an editor X. It's counting it from the bottom to the top, but from here is the other way. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. So again, I hope it's not confusing, but as you can see, it was very easy to replicate. It wasn't that complicated. I did actually on purpose these mistakes so that way you could see what could potentially happen when you're doing this. So you can go back and rewatch the video if you get stuck. I'm gonna try to put a link so you can download the code. And again, all you have to do is just copy paste and then just make sure to change. And I'm gonna put the right code right there because the one that I used earlier had other sections. So once you're ready, you can just click publish, and now you can see your work of what's it called right here, because I'm reusing this website, so that's why. But it should look like this. So you have your preview, and that's working correctly. Now, this is another thing that you're gonna have issues. And I wanna before you go, I want you to see what could be the next problem. So it's gonna be on mobile. Okay, so the mobile version, it's now a little messed up. So we have to adjust everything so you don't have these problems. But before we do that, we're gonna go back. We're gonna add a layer here so it shows us where the where the boxes should end, and that way it's gonna help you adjust everything much easier. We're gonna add another section right here, and we're just gonna leave it there. So if this is your site, let's say you have another section, now we're gonna fix the mobile version. So all you gotta do is go back here, and as you can see here, the layers, even though the layers on the desktop are set correctly, on the mobile version, they are messed up. So we need to fix them. So the first thing I'll do is I'm gonna move this section to the middle, right here. This one, I'm gonna move it to the top. And as you can see also, the image, it's a little messed up. So we gotta adjust the image, make sure it is set correctly there. Let me see here. First, we gotta make sure it is attached to the box. It is. We're gonna go here. And then I wanna make sure, as you can see here, I'm gonna move this down a little bit. As you can see here, it completely got messed up. So we have two options. Is we can either make our image the size of the box, or we can make the box the size of the image. So in this case, because we want to make things easier, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna move this up here and adjust this here. Gonna go here, this section, and then this one right here should, we're gonna adjust it to the image, and then this one, we want to make sure it's in the center, and then all we gotta do is just add this one right here. Now, if you can see, there's a background there. Just don't get confused. That's the background of the layer. But if you don't want it, you can also put a white, just color there. But now we fix this, at least the size. So let's make sure everything is there. Now we're gonna go preview, and again, things might be a little bit weird. Maybe the picture is gonna go up and the box is gonna go down. And again, we're just gonna adjust it. So we're gonna click preview. And then, so as you can see, now something is not attached. That's why it's doing that. So we're going to go back to the editor and we're going to see what's not attached. It's the first strip, column 1. Now, again, this box right here, it's not attached to the box 1. So we're going to make it smaller just for a little bit. And then we're going to attach it to the main box. So now it's attached. And now we can adjust this. And the other thing is the image is somewhere in here. So now let's see if the effects are not working correctly again. I'm going to go preview. Okay. So as you can see, the white box is going down and the blue box, the bottom box is going up. So we're going to go back here to the editor. And all we have to do is we got to adjust this. So to make it easier for you, what I would do is because the bottom box was going up and the white box was going down, all you got to do is just switch positions. But because of the image, this is what you're going to do. One is you can move the whole box. So box 3 needs to go right here. Now let's preview. And now the blue box is working correctly, but now the top box is not working correctly. So we're going to adjust this. And we're going to go here. So we need this one. So the box 2 needs to go under. And now let's see. There you go. Now it's working. Okay. So don't get like stressed if something is not working. Everything is gonna be within the layers. If something and this is what I'm gonna do. I just want you to look at this section right here. And this is what your box should look like, or as close as this. Okay, so your box 1 should have the back image. You have this box right here, which is gonna be this one, which is also holding your logo or your text or whatever you want to attach to it. And then from here, the bottom, it should have the box 2, which is the top one, and the box 3, which is the bottom one. Okay, so if something is going like crazy, like let's say usually once you complete everything, most likely the image by itself will go up and the blue box will go down. Most likely is because the image is not attached to the box. Now, if you still can't figure it out, you have questions, let me know. I'll help you. Don't hesitate. Send me a comment and I'll try to help you. And hopefully, you can get better at it, and definitely you can do some cool stuff for this. As you can see, this was very easy to do. It's not that complicated. It's just a little bit of, once you understand how the layers are, it's not that difficult. And if you test it on your phone, it also works. Now, because you don't have a mouse on your phone, you have to tap and it will open, and then you tap outside the box for it to close. So just, you can, I don't know, use your imagination for what you would like to use this. And then if you want to add more boxes, so all you gotta do is back to the editor, and all we gotta do is we can select everything, and then we can duplicate. And as you can see, everything is there. So now let's do this. We can adjust it. So you have this box right here, right? And then we have our image. So we're gonna attach it there. And then we have our 2 boxes. Now, what we're gonna do is, because it's not attached correctly, we're gonna put this box right here. Okay, so you have your main box. And again, if it's so complicated for you to copy and paste, just add everything the same way. But you have your master box, Then you attach your image. If you don't see the button that says attach, most likely didn't. So what you can do is just make it a little smaller. And then once you see that message, just click attach. And then from here, just expand. And if for some reason it's not adjusting correctly, just play with this right here. Just click apply. And again, you can also make those blue boxes clear so they won't show. So even if your image is a little smaller than the box, it won't show. So second, we're gonna attach this one right here. And again, if you don't see the message, it's most likely because it's not getting attached. So make sure you do this. You select that. And then we're gonna attach this one right here. And it's not attaching, so we're gonna make it a little smaller. There you go. Now it's attached. Now I can move it. So I can adjust it however I want to. And again, this is not attaching, so I have to make it smaller. Once it's attached, I can always adjust it. And it's a little bigger. Yeah. Now the best way to know if you did it right is just go to tools again, layers, and you should have your box one with all your information there, image, everything should be there. And then the second box should have everything. As you can see, this one, it's not attached. So that's why it looks like it's independent. So we have to make it smaller again. Make sure it gets attached. So now it got moved correctly. So I'm just gonna fix it there. Okay. This one too. Okay. So now everything is within the same box. So as you can see here, everything is there correctly. Nothing should be outside. So image, box, and then the main box with the logo. And then you can also change that image. So I can change it for, let's say, I was just gonna add something else. Just the logo. And let's put this image right here. Again, it's just for testing. You can use your imagination. And then on the code, the only thing you're gonna do different now is because now you have a second box. So this one is named box 8. So just keep that in mind. So this box 8 is the whole thing here. So what you wanna do is open, and then you can even close this. Then just move this up. And right here, where it says box 1, you're gonna add a space. You're gonna add the symbol hashtag box 8, and then gonna pass this and then a comma, and that's it. Now we can preview and it should work. If it's not working correctly, again, it's because it's not attached correctly. Oh, see, something is not attached here, so we're gonna go back. And then all you gotta do is just play with the layers. So we're gonna go back one more time. This is gonna be very easy because I'm already familiar with the errors. So I'm just gonna make sure it's attached there. See. Okay, expand this. Gonna go here and then on layer. So that one is right there. This one is right there. So we want to make sure it matches this one, right? Because it's supposed to be a copy. So let's do this one more time. We're gonna delete this whole thing. just to not mess up. And don't forget that if you delete this, this is gonna change on the box. So just keep that in mind. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open layers. Gonna click here on column strip, box 1, and now we can click it's okay, and select here, click copy, paste, and then we're gonna select just this right here. So without going to the other one, we're just gonna drag it. See, that was an easier copy. So we're gonna click on the image, change the image, gonna use stack logo here. And again, you can put an image or whatever you want, but I'm just putting that there. Now we're gonna go back here. We're gonna go to layers, and we're gonna see what's the name of this box. Oh, right there. It says box 6, but let me see. So you have box 1 and box 8. Oh, it didn't change the name. So it stays the same. So it should work now because it was just a copy. Boom. There you go. Now you can go back, and all you gotta do is click on your container, click on design, and you can change the color. So let's put something like white. This one we're gonna also do white. Again, you can do any color you like. And then on this one, we're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna go to color, gonna do white. And then it's right here. Gonna do white. And that's it. Can close this. Now we're gonna click preview again. And there it is. Now, if you see it right now, this box is a little bit out of the container here. Just adjust it, just drag it a little bit in the center and it should work. Let's try it that way, you see. So we can just then here. Okay. There you go. Now I should, oh, I didn't do it right. But that way you can play with that. And then if you want to change the image on the back, um, you can always just go on the layers, find the image that you want to change here, because this will make it much easier. Instead of you having to go in and undo everything, you can just go back to where do you go, to the box, find the image, and then here you can just click. Once you select it, you'll see the message, change it, and then we can put, let's say, model, and we can put this lady right here. And then on the next box, we also want to change, not the logo, on the box A, we want to change this one, and we're going to click change image. We're going to go back here, say we put model, or it can be a product. Let's say they're shoes. So we're going to select those, choose image, and now we can preview, and voila. Wow, that looks dope. All right. So hopefully, this video helps you. Again, just watch it slowly. It's a classic editor, but if you want the other video that was built on the editor X, I'm gonna do a next video. I know also somebody asked me about doing a listing website, which I'm gonna be uploading very soon. So just stay tuned, and thank you for the support. Thank you for following up. And if you have some feedback, let me know. Again, I'm gonna be uploading the code so that way you can see it. Right now, because I'm in preview mode, you can see it, but back on the editor here. This is very simple. As you can see, there was nothing to be done on the code. You literally copy paste, and the only things that are gonna be changing is this right here, box 1 and box 8. And you can add as many boxes as you want. And again, the other thing that's important to know is when you go on the mobile version, is the layer might change. Okay, so that's how you're gonna fix it. You can fix it on layers. So just make sure you watch the whole video so you see how we fix the mobile version. Right now, because it was an exact copy, it shouldn't have any issues, but you never know. So we can go here, and as you can see, it's there. As we scroll here, it's there. So now, if you want to take one step further, is you can turn these pictures into buttons, and the way you do that is just by just selecting the image, right? Um, let's click on here, and all you gotta do is just click a link and connect it to a page. So let's say we're gonna do code. We're gonna send it to services. Done. So, and then this one too. You just put a link and then you send it to a specific page, selection by tags. And now let's click preview. And if we go here and I click on it, it takes me to the specific place I want him to do. So it's a super cool animation. And again, hopefully this video gives you a little bit more, abilities or skills to do something even better. I'm so grateful that the other YouTuber was able to provide me with the code because it definitely saved a lot of time. So also check out his channel. He has a lot of cool videos, and have a wonderful day.